All right, attempt number 2, I think. I'm gonna try to whatever. All right, good afternoon, YouTube. I sound frustrated because I tried recording a video for you guys about something that I wanted to address, but man, I just like within a 15-minute period I encountered like at least 7 or 8 stupid and or assholes that I just went from being in a great mood when I got on this bike to now I'm all frustrated and pissed off. So instead of dwelling on that, I'm gonna just try to distract myself from it and try to make this video again so I can, I don't know, take my mind off it, I guess. Anyway, I wanted to address the elephant in the room about the CB1000 Hornet, which is oil consumption. Now, some of these bikes burn a crap ton of oil. I would consider mine being one of them, of course. Of course, it's the one I get, you know, my luck. Some of them burn, yeah, a little bit, whatever. Some of them don't burn anything at all. So when I say crap ton of oil, let me be more specific. I had my first service done at Manchester Honda KTM. I think I told you guys that already in another video. Just under 600. It was like 570 something. We'll round it to 6, you know. It's basically almost 600. So I was like, oh, you know, all the oil consumption, that's just all people, you know, European bikes. Like, I haven't heard of any Americans having this issue. So I'm a member of a couple different Facebook pages for this bike, and it only seems to be the Euro bikes having these issues. Well, I decided one day to check, and thankfully I did, because I had almost no oil in the bike. It was so low that I thought I just wasn't getting the reading properly. Like, I was doing it exactly how the manual said, and I'm just like, why can't I get a clear reading? Like, this, am I doing something wrong? Am I stupid? Is the oil not sticking to the dipstick like it's supposed to be? Why does it? So anyway, I go to the store, buy a quart of oil, come back, and I dump like, you know, 100 milliliters in it, check it, 200 in it, check it, another, you know, 300 in it. I'm like, okay, you know, it's almost half quart of oil here. Why am I still not getting a reading? So I said, okay, well, let me just make sure I'm not a complete moron, and I'm just gonna dump the whole freaking quart in, because I'm already sitting here for 40 minutes, putting a little bit in, checking it, you know, dripping oil all over my engine and making a mess and getting annoyed. So I decided to dump the whole quart in, and okay, whatever, you know, if I overfilled it, no big deal. I'll pull the drain plug and, you know, whatever. I just need to see something on a stick so I can get a damn reading. Well, I dumped the whole freaking quart in, and all of a sudden now I can start to see it like on the littlest end sliver of the freaking dipstick, like still under the minimum line. I'm like, wow, okay, was I really that low? Holy crap. So I go to the store again and buy a second quart of oil, because I didn't think I need to put more than an entire quart of oil in my bike. So then I go and put another half quart in it, and now it's where it's supposed to be. It was like 3/4 of the way up the fill line, you know, because I was a little under the fill line with 1 quart. So basically, quart and a half, 1.6, 1.65 if I'm really getting technical. That's what my bike needed to get back to the fill after 1,900 miles. I don't know if I'm screwed. Did I just screw that math up? My bike was at exactly 2,500 miles when I checked it. So, yeah, like basically 1,900 miles. And my bike burned a friggin' quart and a half, 1.6 quarts of oil. That's absurd. I bought a brand new Honda because I don't want to have to be paying attention to it. I want to just go in the garage, get on it, and start it up and ride around all day long, put a couple hundred miles on the freaking bike, go on a crazy adventure, come home, leave the damn thing alone, and go do it again next weekend. Obviously, I don't want to completely neglect the maintenance, but trying to be a nice guy here. But yeah, I mean, you know, I've had older Harleys where I have to go through the damn thing pretty much every time I want to ride it, and that's if I even make it home to go riding next time. Like, you know, I forked out for a brand new bike because I wanted carelessness and reliability. Well, basically with the amount that I ride, like now I'm having to freaking check my oil every single week and dump half a quart in every week because I probably put on 500 miles every week. At least I have been. So yeah, that's just absurd. Absolutely absurd. I'm at this point I'm putting just as much oil in the damn bike as I am gas. Obviously I'm exaggerating, but you know, it's not what I wanted to discover. You know, had I known that this was even a possibility, that so many people were sucking up oil, I wouldn't have bought this bike. I would have just went with my gut and got the 650 or the 750 or the MT7 or, you know, whatever the hell. I even considered the CX4RR. As far as I know, none of those bikes suck up oil. Like, that's just, it's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable for a brand new bike. For any bike, it's a lot. I get, like, maybe if I have to dump, you know, 100 milliliters or two in, you know, just to keep her at full level, maybe between oil changes every couple thousand, but like every 500 miles, a half of a quart. That's crazy. So, needless to say, I'm upset about it. Rightfully so. Anybody who buys a brand new bike who discovers that should be pissed, and you'd be stupid if you're not pissed about it. The bike is still under warranty. It comes automatically with a year warranty, but I opted to get a 6-year warranty only because it was an extra couple $100. What the hell? If I get another 5 more years of worry-free, in theory, then what the hell, you know? I probably spend $500 on pizza, you know, in a year. Like, so, whatever. Anyway. Well, what do I do about it? Well, I don't know yet. So, basically where it stands is... Oh, well, before I get into that, I'm at 3,200 miles right now. So, I put on another, 700 miles since I checked it. And I've already had to put another half a quart in. So, yeah, it's... If I had to say on average, between 500 to 600 miles, it's burning a half quart. Based on how much I had to put into it at 25 and how much I had to just put into it after doing another 500. So, if my math is correct, I should be able to get home after doing another 250 miles since last change, and I'll have roughly, you know, 0.25 of the quart missing. So, I'm pretty confident that that's the average consumption rate. And I called the dealer that I bought the bike from, and I also called the dealer that I got my first service from, and I got 2 wildly different responses. The dealership that I bought the bike from was saying, oh, well, you know, doesn't appear to be any recall information, you know, but there's a phone number in the manual somewhere about, you know, some Honda customer support, whatever. Call them, talk to them about it. I'm like, so basically they just didn't offer to check into it or anything. You know, basically just told me deal with it with Honda yourself. I'm like, okay, so you guys took my money and you're on your own basically. Cool, that's great. So I decided to call the dealer that I brought the bike to for my first service, which I said nice things about in another video about them already. And yeah, I'm just gonna go from here to there from now on, because yes, it's about an hour away from my house, so it's not exactly the most convenient, but they actually give a crap. So I call them and explain it to them, and at first, you know, I was kind of a little irritated because the dude on the phone was like, oh, are you sure you're checking it right? I'm like, I get that you have to ask me that because, you know, you deal with a lot of morons on the phone for service, but yes, I'm checking it correctly, okay? Like, I'm whatever. Anyway, fast forward to the end of the conversation, they believe me and they're like, okay, well, yeah, that's an absurd amount of oil. Yeah, bring it in, we will check it out, because that's bullcrap. I agree with you. So cool, great. Now I feel validated, you know, and also it's nice to be heard that somebody takes my complaint seriously and wants to help me do something about it. Great, that's already, you know, already all I need to know about this place to keep me, you know, loyal to them for my service, because so far no one else is cared. So what's going to happen is this weekend on Saturday, it is Thursday right now, I'm going to bring the bike in, I'm going to ride it up there, and I'm going to have them put the oil at the, you know, wherever they're going to set it to a certain level, and then they're going to tell me, do not touch the oil. You may check it, you may not fill or unfill or mess with the quantity in any way whatsoever. We are going to monitor the quantity for you, and once we have enough of an information to, you know, do whatever with, then, you know, we will work something out with Honda for you. Or at least, at the very least, bring it to their attention and be like, hey, look, you know, we know what we're doing at this dealership, and we can confirm that this customer isn't full of crap and their bike is sucking up oil like it's going out of style. I have since nicknamed this bike BP Oil Spill because it's black and oily. Which leads me to another observation I've made is my back wheel, which if you go to the end of my 1,000-mile review video, you will see how the back wheel is disgustingly black and filthy with, you know, black little speckles on it. I thought this whole time that, you know, I lube up the chain and then I ride the bike and then the chain sprays all the lube all over the back tire. Okay, yeah, you know, makes sense. But I never really thought about it until recently that, I wonder if that's actually oil. Because typically when a vehicle burns oil, it smokes. And, you know, but I'm not seeing any smoke at all. I'm always, you know, I'm looking in my mirrors all the time. I would see a little puff of smoke. I've ridden with lots of people who have been behind me and nobody said a single thing about, hey, your brand new bike is smoking. You know, nothing. Which, if the bike really is actually burning that amount of oil, you would assume it'd be coming out, right? Like from the pipe in the form of smoke, but it's not. So this leads me to believe that a possibility could be it's coming out of a bolt somewhere underneath the engine called the sump bolt, if I'm saying that correctly. I don't know what the sump bolt is. I don't know exactly which one it is, but I read this on the group page that I'm in because some of the people on there who said that they have actually gotten this problem fixed have specifically said that the sump bolt, again, you know, I'm like kind of just discovering all this, so I don't have more information for you about it at the moment. Something about the design of that bolt sucks, and that there's oil leaking out of that bolt and spraying on people's back tires, which I'm hoping it's not on my damn tire, because, well, that would be really dangerous. And I also haven't washed out my rear tire and crashed, so maybe if that's what it is, I'm just getting lucky and it's going right on the wheel. But I mean, that would, to me, that would kind of make sense, you know. So maybe it's not my chain lube spraying all over the wheel. Maybe it's actually some oil coming out of said bolt spraying on my wheel. And I will stop and show you in a minute here. Anyway, I will be posting a video sometime next week about what happens at the dealer, which will probably be short, concise, and simple, which will basically just, it'll be what I thought. It's, man, I fucking can't fucking talk! There will be part 2s and 3s and whatever. I'll make like a separate playlist of these videos, particularly regarding this particular issue, and hopefully I can be a source of reliable information about this, because I can't find any at all, and the only leads I can even remotely find are in different countries and whatever. So yeah, that's the elephant in the room with this bike. I will be doing, I don't know, maybe this will be part of the same thing. I did want to do an update, like, you know, every certain amount of miles I'll do updates about how the bike's been performing. I haven't decided what I'm going to want to do with that yet. I meant to do a 3,000 mile update, but I'm, you know, close to 3,200 now, so I kind of missed that mark. Yeah, I mean, I'm still really enjoying riding this bike around. I still really like it. I'm getting used to the hard seat, so either I'm eating too much ice cream and my butt's getting squishier, or the seat's breaking in, or I'm just, I don't know, not thinking about it or focusing on it as much. And maybe because I've been changing up the way I sit on the bike a little bit, I don't know, but the seat isn't as much of an issue as it used to be. So that's nice. I'm still probably gonna go to the upholstery lady and have her spruce it up a little anyway, because I don't think she's gonna charge me very much to just stick some extra foam or gel in there. Probably be better off doing that than spending $500-600 bucks on a aftermarket seat, or getting some of those custom crazy upholstery jobs I see some of the guys on the page getting. I mean, they're going all out with those seats, and I don't know, I don't want to spend that kind of money. So she's gonna be able to stick a decent little bit of padding in there without having to add extra material or go crazy with it. So it should be pretty cheap and easy job for her. Holy crap, that squirrel just jumped. That was crazy. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's about all I got for you right now about that. I will absolutely be, I'm gonna try to make like a, I'm just freaking pontificating right now to the camera. I'm a bit scatterbrained. I apologize. But yeah, you guys will be getting updates about this for sure. I wanted to try to say you'll be getting it like on a weekly basis, but it's kind of just, you know, with the season changing and my work schedule changing a little bit, it's gonna just be whenever I get to it, so whatever. I think I'm focusing too much on trying to get like 1 or 2 videos out every week when I'm such a tiny channel that it doesn't matter, you know? If I was making money off of these videos and it, you know, I had a fan base of people that were expecting weekly videos from me or whatever, that'd be a different story. So I'm gonna try not to stress about it. Another thing I wanted to mention, which I don't think I've mentioned on video before, is now that I've been actually putting a proper amount of friggin' oil in this bike, the quick shifter is working better. Does that have something to do with the fact that this bike shares the same oil, the transmission shares the same oil as the engine? I think it does. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but I think it does. So yeah, I mean, that would make total sense as to why it's feeling much better, having nice, fresh, not burnt to crisp drops of oil in the engine. I hope that you know, when I did check it at that 2,500 mile mark, that I got the oil in it in time to have not done any sort of internal damage or prematurely wearing the engine. I don't know. I mean, there, you know, it wasn't completely bone dry. There was still some oil in there. Obviously, the bike takes more than 1.5 quarts, so there was something sloshing around in there. Yeah, I don't know. Makes me a little nervous, but like, I don't feel like a loss of power. Like, just by riding it around, it doesn't feel like anything negative happened to it. So I think I'm good. I'm pretty sure I would notice a lack of compression or something like that, because if anything, the bike just feels stronger than ever. Because I'm, you know, getting used to the tune and the power, and I'm actually pushing it a little bit more because I'm getting more comfortable with the bike. So, you know, it feels great.